This is the Midday News on CoreTV News. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. As Nigerians continue to complain about the shoddy approach of the Independent National Electoral Commission towards the distribution of the permanent voter cards, Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola has now vowed to vote with his temporary voter card at the February elections. He, however, added that this will see the light of the day if INEC fails to produce his permanent voter card before the February general elections.
We are talking about PVC. Yes, I don't have PVC. I have the temporary one. And with or without PVC, I'm going to vote. That's their responsibility. Let me be clear. The right to vote when you are 18 is not a gift from any government. It's your entitlement as a citizen. The obligation of government is to make sure that you are able to exercise that right. So nobody is doing us a favor, whether you bring PVC or TVC. The important thing is that you must ensure that we vote. That's your duty.
The Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, has justified its action for shutting down the controversial APC SMS platform for fundraising, saying that the action of the mobile network operators in running political advertisement for the APC wasn't in compliance with the provisions of the NCC guidelines on the use of short codes in Nigeria. The Commission's Public Affairs Director, Tony Ojobo, made the clarification at a press conference held at the NCC headquarters in Abuja. Ojobo says the Commission did not err at all in shutting down APC's SMS platform, given that the mobile network operator in question ran foul of Section 3 of NCC guidelines by not applying officially to the Commission for approval in accordance with Section 3 of the NCC's Act. Meanwhile, the Commission has threatened to sanction any service provider involved in the saga for their failure to comply with the Commission's guidelines once the investigations are concluded. He also buttressed the NCC's stance with evidence, wondering why the Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola and the APC would accuse the Commission of being partisan on the matter, even when the governor passed through the same process before his re-election in 2011. Ojobo insisted that the Nigerian Communications Commission is a responsible and independent regulatory agency and that its independence has never been in doubt, pointing out that the sector had witnessed tremendous growth and investment, making it one of the fastest markets in the world. A group of youths under the banner of Nigerian Youths for Credible Elections on Tuesday held a peaceful march in Abuja to demand that general elections be held as scheduled. Members of the group say there is no basis for any individual or group to demand for the elections to be moved to a later date. The protesters took the message to the Secretariat of the All Progressives Congress, where they maintained that a postponement will only lead to chaos and anarchy.
Nigerians have been waiting so long and have endured so much, and time has come where we really want to see change happen in our country, and we cannot afford to hear anything short of February 14, 2015. That is why we're gathered here today, and to tell the world that we want elections to hold. We feel that a postponement of this election will cause more political instability, there will be apathy towards general elections, and we don't want that. All we need to do is just to come out and vote. That's all we want, and let us vote for the right candidate so that we can take Nigeria to a better place.
The Yoruba social-political group Afenifere has now endorsed President Goodluck Jonathan's bid for a second term in office. It gave its endorsement at the meeting of its members with the president at the residence of Afenifere leader Reuben Fasarati in Akure on Tuesday. Spokesman for the group, Yinka Odumaki, told reporters after the meeting that the endorsement was predicated on the president's commitment to implementing the recommendations of the report of the National Conference held in 2014.
Ensuring that these decisions reached at this conference are well implemented as a centenary legacy for Nigeria. Just like we remember Lugard for amalgamation, we remember Jonathan for national integration and non-federalism if this is fully implemented. And finally, we call on the ministerial committee set up on the implementation to ensure that their recommendations include that decisions of this conference should be tested at a referendum where Nigeria will have a final say on the new constitution for Nigeria so I can move Nigeria along to federalism. Now,
The People's Democratic Movement has denied claims that former Vice President Atiku Abubakar influenced its decision to adopt Muhammadu Buhari as its presidential candidate. PDM Chairman Bashir Ibrahim said this shortly after presenting the party's resolution to the All Progressives Congress candidate. He explained that the party's position was informed by Buhari's track record in public service.
It is coming now because the entire process of nomination of candidates had just been concluded. Therefore, unless that process is concluded, we will not know who is the presidential candidate of any other political party. So now that we know that APC has nominated and INEC has accepted the nomination of General Muhammadu Buhari, we know he is truly a candidate in this election. Therefore, we decided it is timely now for us to throw our lot with him because we think he's a better candidate.
What we have said summarize the problem of this country. You have looked thoroughly and you found out this year, 2015, whichever way politicians and the elite want to look at it, is another time or watershed in our political system. If we get it wrong this time and allow the PDP to go again for the next 4 years, this country is going to be in trouble. Right now, with the unfortunate event of the tumbling oil price, the economy is really in a mess.
President Goodluck Jonathan and other PDP stalwarts have lashed out on Labaran Mako for dumping the People's Democratic Party for the All Progressives Ground Alliance APGA during the PDP presidential rally at Lafayette Township Stadium in Nasarawa. While Jonathan described Mako's action as anti-party, Senate President David Mack says the former minister was a liar, while another PDP stakeholder also shared in the opinion. The president described as falsehood the former minister's claim that the president encouraged him to join APGA. He says he could not be involved in anti-party activities. He reiterated that he did not at any time have any discussion with him and he did not encourage Mako to join another party. Mark on a spot said Mako had to apologize and retrace his steps before he could be accepted back to the party. The Senate president said the North Central was solidly behind the president and would vote for him because he had brought democratic dividends to bear on the region. Ali also described Mako as an ingrate, saying that despite using the platform of the party to rise to stardom, he joined the ship because of greed. He said the president had never asked anyone to join any party to canvass votes for him. He said Mako's intention was to smear the image of Jonathan and portray him as a religious bigot. He accused Mako of dropping the name of the president in his bid to realize his ambition, which he insisted would never happen because he lacked the required integrity. Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose has named 7.8 billion naira as the amount needed to settle arrears of entitlements owed public servants in the state. He said this while inaugurating some projects to mark his 100 days in office in Ado-Ekiti. He enumerated the obligations left behind by the former administration, as including over 2 billion naira as leave bonus to workers, over 1 billion naira as deductions from workers' salaries that the former administration did not remit. August and September 2014 salaries that were not paid some workers amounting to over 2 billion naira, and subventions to tertiary institutions, which is over 2 billion naira as well. To mark his 100 days in office, Fayose launched concluded projects such as the rehabilitated Matthew Road, Ado-Ekiti, BC Market, Awedele Road, Ado-Ekiti, and drainages along Ajilosun Road. Others are 12 ambulances, 19 patrol vans for security agencies, 20 motorbikes, 3 tractors, and 12 waste collection vehicles. The governor says he had to strive hard to execute some projects and also ensure the prompt payment of salaries, adding that the debt left behind by the past administration would not be an excuse for him not to perform his duties and fulfill his electoral promises. We'll take a break now, and I'll be back with more stories. If you stay with us.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digi360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Welcome back. You can also get all of our top stories on any of our social media platforms. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/CoreTV News. We're also trending on Twitter now at CoreTV News NG. You can also get live feeds on YouTube at youtube.com/CoreTV, Live Space and News. Moving on now, military troops in Maiduguri, Borno State mistakenly opened fire on the convoy of the state governor Kashim Shettima as it approached the military garrison near the airport. Shettima was on his way to visit soldiers wounded in the simultaneous Boko Haram attacks on Maiduguri, Monguno, and Kodunga when the incident occurred. Security sources say the governor's protocol unit was to blame for the incident as it failed to notify the military authorities about Shettima's intention to visit the military facility. An aide to the governor was quoted by the news portal as having said that the governor, who was unharmed in the encounter, returned to his office unruffled. There was no report of anyone being hurt in the incident. It also was silent on whether or not Shettima's security aides returned fire. Government houses, however, claimed that the governor's convoy had sporadic gunshots about 1 kilometer from the 33 Battalion and therefore made a U-turn. He added that Shettima stopped his convoy at the 707 housing estate to calm tensions and debunk the rumors that the gunshots were by Boko Haram insurgents that were attacking people at Njimtilo. The State Commissioner for Information, Mohammed Bulama, described the incident as a friendly gunshot. U.S. Military Commander General David Rodriguez has warned that turning the tide against Boko Haram will require a huge international effort, considering Nigeria's response to the emboldened extremism. Now, the relations between Nigeria and the U.S. militaries have been strained, with Nigeria cancelling training by U.S. advisors of a unit that was supposed to fight the militants who have captured towns and villages in the country's northeast and vowed to create a hardline Islamic State. The conflict has left more than 13,000 people dead and 1 million homeless. He went on to state that the Islamist gains on the battlefield are cause for concern, and the number of people displaced is just staggering. Rodriguez said the Nigerian military's response was not working very effectively and actually, in some places, made it worse. Nigeria's ambassador to the United States, Adebowale Ibidakpo Adefuye, complained in November that his country is not satisfied with U.S. support for the struggle against Boko Haram and that Washington has blocked the sale of some military hardware over human rights concern. However, in a recent visit to Lagos, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry has confirmed that the U.S. is prepared to do more to help Nigeria counter Boko Haram. Updates outside Nigeria is next. Stick around after this break.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Welcome back. Outside Nigeria, bullets hit a passenger jet operated by a budget carrier Dubai Aviation Corps known as Fly Dubai as it was landing at Baghdad Airport. Aviation and a security official on Tuesday said 2 passengers were lightly injured when 3 or 4 bullets hit the body of the plane, but were unable to specify the source of the gunfire. Fly Dubai, Emirates Airlines, Sharjah's Air Arabia, and Abu Dhabi's Etihad Airways suspended flights following the incident, in line with a directive from the United Arab Emirates Civil Aviation Authority. An investigation, they say, is underway. The aviation official said Iraq had briefly suspended air traffic following the incident, but that most flights had, however, resumed. One person was killed by a car bomb packed near a police station by suspected Islamist militants in the Egyptian city of Alexandria early on Tuesday. The attack also wounded 2 people, but there were no immediate details about the identity of the victims. Security sources also said that unknown assailants had attacked a police station in western Alexandria with Molotov cocktails, setting it alight but causing no casualties. On Sunday, about 25 people were killed in anti-government demonstrations on the anniversary of the 2011 uprising that ousted Hosni Mubarak. Activities accused President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi of returning Egypt to authoritarian rule since the army removed the Muslim Brotherhood from power in 2013. And that wraps it this hour on CoreTV News. Do join us again at the top of the hour for more stories. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. Thanks for being there.